Right. Action.
Okay, and through here we kind of plant some things and we let other things kind of grow up between them. Like we have a wild pea here, which is actually beautiful to look at, never eat it. It's not good for you at all. So just to be on the safe side, that's one thing you do not eat that I do have growing in my yard. You have your dandelions, which are edible and medicinal. And we have a dog that's always in the way. But like I say, this is just my little pleasure thing because of how the owls are and nice and everything. The blue trunks, we kind of painted those to keep them from getting hit by the guy that does the mowing here. And but these are all some of our fruit trees. These are plums. We also have a line of apple trees here. We had one to die 2 years ago and replanted one. We have a black walnut tree, this small tree here, and that's a walnut used for baking. All the big trees in the yard are pecans. We get decent amounts of pecans each year. Over here and over by the row of trees are two other areas we planted in asparagus. And asparagus is good for 20 years, 15 to 20 years once you plant it. So you want to dedicate a space to it, and once you do, you've got a continual source of asparagus for many, many years, at least a generation or so. And we have a pear tree here. We've only had it in the ground a couple years, and we had probably 200 pounds of pears off of it last year. So it's doing really well. And I would recommend getting a pear tree. We have I mentioned the grapes. We have Scuppernongs, which are a purple native grape to North Carolina, and we also have muscadines, which are kind of a white or bronze colored grape. They're both super, super sweet. When you make like a wine out of them, it kind of tastes like, well, it's actually like a very, very sweet dessert wine is what's usually produced from them. Back here we have another group of fruit and nut trees. Most of the bigger ones are plum trees again. This is a peach tree that didn't quite make it. We lose stuff every now and then because of different conditions, so we replace. We have persimmon trees here and here. This one was planted last year. This one's been in the ground for about 3 years now. We also have a hybrid hazelnut. This is a project that the Audubon Society, the Arbor Day Foundation has come up with, and it's a thing for sustainable farms. Each cluster should produce approximately 200 pounds of nuts when it's mature. And at this stage, and then once it gets mature, after a few years when it's really big, you just cut it all down to the root. And it'll sprout back out and be bountiful every time you cut it within a year. So it's a pretty good thing. We haven't gotten any nuts off it yet, but still a couple more years to go. We also have a couple of things we're doing sort of permaculture here in the yard. We got the big plum trees. We planted grapevines, some of the Scuppernongs and muscadines at the base of them. So it'll crawl up into the tree and gain support, or give support to the vine with the tree, and then they can cross over into the other trees, and you have a instant scaffold instead of having to build a scaffold like we did for the other grapes. We also have a couple of cherry trees. One I think died, so we'll be taking that up and probably replacing it in another few weeks. This is another cherry tree that's doing well. Another one of the hazelnuts. And just to show you the differences, the one over there has been planted, nothing's ever been done to it. This one, the year it was planted, was mowed down, cut down completely to the ground by a lawnmower, and it's twice the height of the other one. So you can see it loves being destroyed and comes right back. We also have one other fruit tree back here, and it's do your save thing.